Yeah. Well, you're quite right. People don't think about theology very much. Historically, among people who have thought about it and people who have done some theological reflection, that kind of thing, the first thing that seems to come to people's minds is that, and this goes back to medieval times even, is that, and I have to use a very, very $5 word here, that in order for there to be a God, that being, that force, that whatever it is, would have to be described as having aseity, A-S-E-I-T-Y. That means explainable only in terms of and dependent only on itself. There are no external limits, no external sources. It is it with a capital I. And I've even heard it said that when in the biblical story someone asked, "Who shall I say sent me?" and the voice from heaven replied, "I am." That's who sent you. That's all you need to know. Well, it sort of begins there. So anything that was in any way limited or contingent couldn't conceivably be God in that tradition. Now, out of that notion of being unlimited and non-contingent in every respect, certain, and traditionally they're called the omni characteristics, pop up. Omnipotence and omniscience are usually the ones that come up first. If something is without limited and is uncontingent, then something's got to be able to do everything. Omnipowerful. They've got to know everything. Omniscientia. Quick footnote. That is a very, very dangerous step in the argument because it fails to take into account the difference between able to do anything and able to do anything that's doable, and able to knowing everything and knowing everything that's knowable. And I would argue, and have argued, that if we talk about the omnipotence and the omniscience of God, we have to be talking about God's being able to do anything that can be done, and God's knowing anything that can be known. But that doesn't mean that God can draw round squares, etc.